Hey guys, welcome back to Econ Time with SK. So grab your notebooks, your favorite cup of coffee, and let's get started. So in this video on supply theory, we are going to differentiate between quantity supplied and supply. Specifically, what do we mean when we say there is a change in quantity supplied? And when do we use the terminology that there has been a change in supply? If you remember what we did when we were studying demand, it is the same concept here. When there is a change in price, that causes producers to increase the amount that they sell, then we say that there has been, specifically, we are interested in understanding when we use the term that there has been a change in quantity supplied, and when do we use the phrasing that there has been a change in supply? So if you remember what we studied when we were looking at demand side of things, the concept is quite similar. Basically, when there is a change in price, which causes producers to produce and sell more or less, then we say that there has been a change in quantity supplied. On the other hand, when there is a change in non-price factors, and this causes producers to change how much they are producing and selling, well, then we say that there has been a change in supply. So in this particular scenario, the price of the good actually remains constant. And in this particular scenario, it's the non-price factors. Those are the things that remain constant or unchanged. Okay, so that is the gist of it, which means if we are looking at it graphically, when we say that there has been a change in quantity supplied, what we mean is that the supply curve remains the same, let's say at S1. What we see is a movement along the curve. So essentially, we are saying, look, everything else remained the same. Only thing that changed was the price. Let's say the price actually went up. And when the price went up from P1 to P2, then the quantity supplied went up from Q1 to Q2. So what exactly is happening on the supply curve? We are seeing that there's a movement along the supply curve from this point A to this point B. So almost it is like a move uphill. So we call this movement along the supply curve. Okay. On the other hand, when we say that there has been a change in the supply itself, then we are basically saying, look, the supply curve is actually shifting. So this is the supply curve, S1, right? So let's take a very simple case. Let's say that now something has happened that has made the cost of production fall. So it's now cheaper to produce the good. In that case, what will producers do? They will produce more at whatever the price is, right? In other words, at whatever the price, at each and every price, they're now willing to produce and sell more. So what is going to happen is, let's say if the price had been P1 before they were selling, let's say, 10 units, now at that same price, because of this reduced cost of production, they're willing to sell 20. All right. Similarly, if the price had been P2, at this price, let's say before they were selling 17 units, now at this price, they are willing to sell 25 units. Okay. So whatever the price is, they're now willing to sell more, which means the supply curve essentially shifts like this to S2. So there's a rightward shift of the supply curve. So whenever we say there's a change in supply, that is the same as saying that the supply curve has shifted. So now the producers are willing to produce and sell more at each and every price. Whatever is the price, they're now willing to supply more. All right. And with that, we end our discussion on the difference between what we mean when we say a change in quantity supplied versus what we mean when we say there has been a change in supply. All right, guys, I shall see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.